Hey, hi Rise, how are you? Here's to a close of a fantastic summer and the beginning of an amazing new school year. So welcome back. We are really thrilled to be here with you with another edition of Lunch with Gina. And our focus of discussion today is all about the things that newly enrolled families, particularly families of color, need to do within the first 90 days of enrolling into an independent school. So we're going to go down that list. I'm sure there's more to add to the list. So if you are a continuing family or you have some insight as a newly enrolled family and you think that there's something else that families should be doing within the first 90 days, comment below, comment right below. So let's get started. The enrollment process can be just as daunting as the application process. And families who receive that letter of acceptance are now asking, what now? What's next? And I'd like to suggest that the work is just beginning. It's a really exciting time. I remember, if I look back, getting that letter of acceptance, being overjoyed and extra confident, only to be met with feelings of anxiety and not being really sure about what the heck we got ourselves into on the very first day of school, going through the gates of our country school, our day school, was, I was a little taken aback. I didn't know what we had gotten ourselves into, but, I put the game face on. We all put the game face on. And remembered our vision and why we were here. And that certainly helped us cross over to the realm of education that had plenty of resources and access. So you have to become familiar, invested in your school community as soon as possible. Now I'm talking directly to newly enrolled families, but I'm talking to myself as a continuing family and to other continuing families. This might be a good refresher for us as we begin the school year. So here are 9 proactive things that we can do within the first 90 days to get set up for success with independent schools and beyond. Number 1, show up. You showed up during the admissions process. That's what got you in, among other things, and prayer too. The independent school calendar is very, very busy. Make sure that you have your calendar out alongside of it. Take a look at it. Pick out those important dates and transfer them to your personal calendar. There are parent events, there are student events. There's homecoming and parent association meetings, which are generally in the morning. There are dean meetings and cocktail parties, plays, and more. You'll be asked to volunteer, so you might be reading to a lower school grade, or you might be sharing your profession or what you're passionate about with upper school students. But whatever it is, we have to show up, particularly as families of color. We can't walk behind our children. We have to walk ahead of them and alongside them. So that's really important. Show up. And we're all busy, but there are ways to be visible, to make an impact, to share your point of view. And all of those things are really important. Share your insights and support for the school as well. Number 2, get to know faculty and administration. Independent schools are extremely confident. They're extremely confident, but extremely accommodating is the word that I wanted to use. So faculty and administration are expecting that you're going to be interested in how your child is developing, interested in the school community. So make sure that you have good questions to ask, whether it's over a call, or it's an email, or it's an event that you're at. And I'm talking about everyone from your teacher to the dean, to the student advisor, to the division heads, your heads of school. All of these folks are really important in this your child and you are going to be having an independent. And let's not forget, all right, so everyone from the cafeteria to so make sure that you're communicating with them as well. Find your tribe is number 3. So as you go about developing community in an independent school, You may find that affinity groups or resource network groups, if you work in America, that might sound familiar as well, are valued at our independent schools. They provide a strong network and support for your family's experiences. So you should be a part of that. Now, the Parent Association is an affinity group. So are affinity groups like the Parents of Color or Mosaic or International Parents. We all meet around an affinity, and this infinity, this inclusivity allows you to go back out into the school community and again, just have more of an impact with what's happening at your school. So they're really important. They also are networks that focus on things like books or sustainability. So please take advantage of them. One of our member schools, Horace Mann, just received an email today from their director of diversity, Tricia Zarowski, and her team about their affinity groups, particularly for their upper division. So there's affinity groups for parents, but there's also affinity groups for students. And with regards to their upper division, they have everything from white allies to Black excellence, some of the names of the affinity groups. There was where's the other one? The other one was Gen Latino, I believe it was. So you have so many, but the real exciting thing for me was learning that Horace Mann is putting a stipend, they're putting a budget to these groups that are available to students and faculty as long as they're going through some sort of development in the process. So they're really powerful. Do not overlook them. Number 4, participate in the annual fund. So many schools will share with you that tuition does not fully cover the cost of educating a child at an independent school. Without going into what creates the gap, just know that the annual fund is there to close it. And it does not matter when the call comes, when you are asked to participate, it doesn't matter how many zeros are on your check. What does matter is that there is 100% participation. So don't overlook that. Number 5, reach back. Reach back. What do I mean by that? So in order to see more diversity, we have to be a part of making that happen as parents. And we have to support our school's recruitment process. So maybe you're helping with, you can find out, ask your admissions office, how can I help with tours or open houses or other recruitment events? And if time is a challenge to you, then, just make sure that you're talking about your school, what you like about your school, whether you're in the park, on the line at the grocery store, at church, or on your job. And then we have number 6, expect the unexpected and the expected. Okay, so what do we mean by this? If you identify racially or ethnically as a family of color, as defined by the National Association of Independent Schools, NAIS, you are among the numerical minority at our independent schools. No surprise if you're at this stage of the game. There's no surprise to that whatsoever. But it's really important that as our schools are embracing and valuing equity, inclusivity, and diversity, that we are aware that implicit and explicit biases still exist in our school cultures as well as in curriculum. So stay vigilant, speak up, and let's be a part of helping our schools live up to their missions and social change with compassion and integrity. Number 7, utilize resources and opportunities. I think that might be a big reason why a lot of us have chosen an independent school, because of the resources and access to different experiences for our children. So this is your community. Your school is your community. Be a part of it. Don't for a moment feel that you are not entitled to any of these resources or experiences. And again, that's what makes our schools unique. But let's also keep in mind that we can't be confused with how much we pay in tuition with our place in the school community. All enrolled families have an equal stake in the community. So if by chance there are costs associated outside of tuition with experiences and opportunities, um, and it's a barrier to you, do not be afraid to go to your financial aid office. Oftentimes, many times, sometimes, the whatever a family is paying in tuition can offset the cost of these experiences. So don't keep your mouth closed about that. You should be experiencing everything. Number 8, keep your vision in focus. This is going to be really essential as your family, continues to have a vision for itself and its legacy. When you hit the inevitable detours in the road when it comes to academic excellence. As well, it's really important for you to keep your vision in focus, to acknowledge and celebrate how your child develops and becomes successful in this process. As they're acquiring it, we have to acknowledge and celebrate that. And then finally, stay in touch with RISE. We want you to stay in touch with us and participate in our lifestyle network that is called Resources in Independent School Education. And we want to know how things are going. We want to know how we can support you. So please stay in touch with us. Sign up for our newsletters, join us on Facebook and Twitter. I think we're on Instagram too. We've got to do a little bit better on that. So we're around, and through our newsletters and through our publications. So please participate with us. And there's something coming up. We're talking about reaching back October 2nd, a Sunday. It is the 7th RISE Fall Boutique Recruitment Event. And this year we are really honored to be hosted at Fordham University. So there's a switch in venue this year for the very first time. We'll be at Fordham University October 2nd at 2 p.m. Register. There's a link to register on our website, and we look forward to having you. So thank you very much. Again, if we've missed anything on the list, for us old heads who've been around for a minute, add it. Please comment. It's very valuable. So we thank you for your time. Thank you for joining us with Lunch with Gina today, and we will see you soon. Congratulations to newly enrolled families, and all the best to those families that are going along the admissions process. We are honored and thrilled to be able to guide families with strategy for independent school success and beyond. See you soon. Bye.